How's it going, everyone? I want to do one final video taking a look at the two PlayStation Store sales that are running right now. Now, these two sales both end on July the 7th, so I imagine we're going to get a refresh on the sales this week, but that is the games under $20 sale as well as the mid-year deals. We're only going to be looking at 7 deals, and I want to take a look at games under $5, so we're looking at very cheap games. A lot of the games under $5 titles are games that are super low-key and I haven't played before, so I'm not mentioning all of them, of course. I'm sure some of them are pretty good, but I was able to round out a couple of them that I have played and I really enjoyed, so let's get right into it, and let's start things off with Sleeping Dogs, the definitive edition, for $4.49. Obviously, I've mentioned this quite a few times, but Sleeping Dogs is an excellent game that I wish Square Enix would put more effort into in terms of establishing it as an IP. We just got the release of Sleeping Dogs in 2012, I believe it was, yeah, 2012, and then the IP kind of went to the wayside, and we never heard from it again outside of some DLCs and expansions and things like that. This version, of course, does include all of the DLC content, so that's quite nice, and the game itself is a pretty gritty action-adventure game set in Hong Kong, and it's a very, very enjoyable game with a mature story, a lot of optional content, pretty good visuals that hold up, and great voice acting as well. I have to say that the voice acting in this game is absolutely awesome, and Wei Shen, the main character, is a great character to boot. So all that comes together in a very, very enjoyable game, and for $4.49, great buy here. Next up, we have Batman Arkham, Return to Arkham, 75% off for $4.99. So this includes Batman Arkham Asylum and Arkham City. I kind of wish they would have found a way to get Arkham Origins in here as well, but nevertheless, a lot of people kind of rag on Arkham Origins. I kind of liked it. Arkham Asylum and Arkham City are fantastic games. Arkham City especially. Arkham City, in my opinion, is the best of the 3 Arkham titles. I just thought it was fantastic. It expanded the world from Arkham Asylum, where Arkham Asylum obviously just takes place in not necessarily a super linear game, but it's not that full-blown open world. Arkham City really ups the ante and makes it that open world, and has a lot of additional content, and Arkham Asylum is still a very, very good game, and you have to look at the combat in this game. So many games have taken influence from its combat system, and the combat is just very fast, very fluid, responsive, and a lot of fun to go through. For $4.99, it's a great game, and bear in mind that I'm not a big superhero guy, like I'm not a gigantic Batman fan, but I still absolutely adore this game, and for $4.99, you can't go wrong with 2 excellent games here. Speaking of a $4.99 game with 2 excellent games, Hotline Miami Collection is another pretty good pickup. Of course, this includes Hotline Miami and Hotline Miami 2 Wrong Number. If you want something fast-paced, visceral, and very, very bloody, Hotline Miami is exactly where you want to go. Obviously, they are portrayed in a pretty old-school style, so these games aren't reinventing the wheel in terms of a, from a technical standpoint, but they are still incredibly enjoyable games. Great soundtrack here as well, and if you want something that's a bit of a throwback, but with, fast-paced, action-oriented gameplay, you are going to get it, and again, very, very violent. One of the more violent games that you're going to come across. For $5 to get both games, I think that's a great buy, so go check out Hotline Miami Collection. Next up, we have God Eater Resurrection, which is $4.99. Another pretty good pickup here. God Eater, most people know as anime Monster Hunter, and I can definitely see the resemblance there, but anime Monster Hunter is definitely not a bad thing. God Eater does feature some relatively clunky gameplay at times, but overall I still think it's rather good. Bear in mind that this was originally a PSP game, so this is God Eater Resurrection. It was upped for the PlayStation 4, but keep your expectations in line from a technical standpoint. There's a pretty good narrative in here as well. It does have more of a narrative focus than what Monster Hunter had going on for it, so that's definitely something it should be commended for. Again, if you're looking for something on a lower budget and you're looking to get that Monster Hunter style of experience, and you're an anime fan, a God Eater is going to be something you enjoy. $4.99 is the perfect price for it, so go check that out if what I said interests you. Next up, we have State of Mind, which is $3.99. Somebody actually commented on a video of ours recently mentioning this game, saying it was one of their best games they ever bought under $5, and I was like, yeah, man, State of Mind is a sleeper title. I mean, right away when you look at State of Mind, you kind of have to get into the game, or at least the game has to grab your attention based on its very, very trippy art style. It's a different art style than you really see in any video game, and of course this is more of a story-driven game. If you're expecting very nuanced gameplay here, you're looking at the wrong title. You're going in here for a story-driven experience, and how is that story? I would say it's rather good. and keeps you on the edge of your toes. Now, it does introduce, you know, some gameplay elements here and there, but again, you're mainly going into it for the story, and it does feature a pretty cool sci-fi story. So if you like the visual style of the game, if you're into, you know, the games that are focused on, you know, just walking from place to place and really focusing in on that story, State of Mind is something worthwhile to check out, and for just $3.99, it's one of those low-key titles that at this point has been very forgotten about, but go ahead and give it a look. I think a lot of you guys will end up being pleasantly surprised by it. Next up, we have Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain, 75% off for $4.99. Ideally, you would like to buy the complete collection. The base game for $5 is still really good. I really enjoyed Metal Gear Solid 5. There's a lot you can talk about the game with the controversy, with everything that went on with Hideo Kojima and Konami when all that went down all those years ago. But if you actually assess the game for itself, it's a really, really good game. And a lot of people will, you know, give it flack for the lack of story, but the story is there. It's just told through cassette tapes, which, you know, I know the idea of listening to cassette tapes isn't everybody's cup of tea, but I really got into the story that they were trying to tell here, and ultimately, the gameplay is really good, a lot of additional content, and for $4.99, it's a game that's going to keep you busy for quite a while. Go ahead and give it a look, even if it's your first MGS title. You'll probably enjoy it even more if it's your first MGS title, honestly, because you won't have that expectation that the first 4 games did build up. And it's a game that I still think is a solid open-world action stealth game, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. Pretty good music in there as well from a theme song standpoint. Really liked what they were going as far as that's concerned. And lastly, we have Tomb Raider, the Definitive Edition, which is 85% off for $2.99. I love me some Tomb Raider from 2013. I've loved me some Tomb Raider since the reboot. I just think it's fantastic. I think Lara Croft's character has shown a gradual progression through all 3 games, and she shows a lot of progression in this game. Game still holds up quite well, obviously upgraded for the PlayStation 4. A lot of comparisons are drawn to Uncharted, but at the end of the day, Tomb Raider did come first, and this game holds up. I would say that this game is better than Uncharted 1, and, you know, let's not even talk about Uncharted 2, because if I say it's better than Uncharted 2, a lot of you guys will come down my throat, but, you know, I liked it a lot. I liked Tomb Raider 2013 a lot, and obviously I did like Rise of the Tomb Raider a little bit more, and I thought Shadow of the Tomb Raider kind of lost a little bit of that luster, but still pretty good. But Tomb Raider 2013 is a great starting point, and I would definitely give it a recommendation if you're looking for a good game that you can beat relatively quickly. I mean, you can beat this game in 7 to 8 hours, and it's an enjoyable game to play through over like a weekend or something. But that's gonna wrap up this one. Again, a lot of great deals available on the PlayStation Store. Sleeping Dogs definitely at the top of that list. Some great deals available under $5. That's gonna wrap up this one. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.